Although it may be Valentine's Day, the only thing involving love on these mats behind me is the love of the game as Siouxlanders attempted to make their way through the first 2 rounds of the Iowa State Wrestling Tournament on day 1 in Des Moines. We start off with Cherokee Washington's Logan Allender, who forces his opponent to his back for some back points. He would later pick up a pin before falling in the second round. All Siouxland matchup at 215. Brody Van Regenmorter finds his way to the back for the takedown. He would win by fall before taking a loss in round 2. Another all Siouxland matchup at heavyweight this time. Central Line George Little Rock's Sam Christensen overpowers his opponent for 2. He would also win with a pin before dropping a match in the next round. Into the second round at 113, Jace Curry gets a crucial escape in a 3-2 decision victory. West Lions' Ryan Bonson finds himself in sudden victory, but luckily also finds himself with a takedown right here to advance to day 2 in the winner's bracket.
Last year, didn't get the best seed, lost this second right away. Had to come all the way back up the backside just to play. So this feels amazing to be on the front side this year. So.
CLGLR's Reagan Hayes in sudden victory just barely gets the takedown before being dragged out to advance on to the next round. Cool moment here for the Bishop Healing Crusaders. At 144, Jackson Kinnitz gets the fall victory. And then just seconds later, here's Sir Brandon Watts advancing with a pin as well.
It feels good, but hey, we're not in the placing rounds yet, so we still got work to do. So.
Sergeant Bluff Luton with similar back-to-back victories. Bo Kudum slides around his opponent into the back for the takedown, picking up a pin shortly after. Then there's Xavion Ellington with a single leg takedown, contributing to his 7-1 victory.
Feels really good. You know, we got some teammates battling out as well, and I feel like we got a good team to do something special here.
190 here, undefeated top seed Jarrett Rose twists his opponents back to the mat, picking up a second period pin and advancing to the quarterfinals.
I'm taking it one match at a time. I can't be worrying about what's ahead of me. I got to take care of what's in front of me first, and the cards will fall.
Up in 3A, an all Siouxland matchup at 113, but Spencer's Easton Bielner gets the takedown and sudden victory to defeat Sioux City North's Jack Border. 126, Sioux City East, Danny Cleveland catches his opponent here, and there is the pin to advance to the second round. At 157, Spencer's Kay Johnson flips his opponent for a takedown in his first round 4-0 victory. Down to 150, Levi Johnson finds himself in a precarious position, but quickly escapes and turns it into a takedown of his own en route to a 16-5 major decision. But no 3A wrestlers in Siouxland would make the quarterfinals. Class 1A, we begin at 106, where Crosby Yoder of Logan Magnolia tilts his opponent over for the takedown. He'd make the quarterfinals with a pin. Defending champ Cale Morrow back to his old tricks at 120, winning with a tech fall. And Morrow, well, he's not exactly worried about his seeding this tournament.
I'm not gonna let that stop me, you know. Underdog or not, you know. They know where I stand. I know where I stand. I'm coming for the title again. That's the plan.
West Sioux's Jesse Lewis not only gets the takedown here, but soon after the pin would follow to send him into day 2 on the winner's side.
It feels great, man. Just getting out there, getting my first match out of the way, getting the nerves out of my body. Can't wait to show up tomorrow. I'm gonna feel fresh, and yeah, I'm just ready to go.
144 now, Logan Magnolia's Corbin Rice does the old gator roll here to pick up some back points on the way to a fall victory. At 165, Emmitsburg Ehawk Justin Wirtz gets a crucial takedown in his 3-1 decision win in an all Siouxland matchup at the heavyweights, but it's Michael Block of Sibley Cheaton picking up the pin and advancing to the quarterfinals.
I know I should keep moving on because I know what type of wrestler I am. Doesn't matter what I'm seated or what they think, because I know rankings or seedings doesn't matter to me. I'll go prove it on the mat.
From Des Moines, Iowa, Jason Moeller, KTIV Sports Force.